Hey, what's up? I just wanted to talk a little bit about the news of Wolverine likely not coming to PC. I was thinking about this because I saw a post about it, and I've already seen this like maybe a week or so ago. But then I saw a newer post just kind of saying the same thing, like it's not coming to PC or whatever. And then the whole idea behind it is people are saying this in comments and stuff like that. This means PlayStation is going back to focus on exclusives. Now, if that's true, cool. I don't actually know. There's the way things have been. I don't believe it. Like I'll believe it when I see it. Um, but I'm fine with it. But what I thought of was funny. What made me want to record this video and just share some quick thoughts is I almost left a comment on this post and I was typing it out. I was saying, if this doesn't come to PC, it's not going to make me buy the console just for this one game. And then the second I was like finishing writing that out, and I was like, wait a second, I bought the Nintendo Switch only for Mario Odyssey. But there is a difference, and that was another thought I had too, because I was thinking, I was like, well, like I bought a Switch just so I could play Mario Odyssey. There's a huge difference though. The main big difference is that the Switch has way more exclusives. Like if and I have not I don't regularly play my Switch. I do think about it often, but I just don't. It's a weird thing that I don't want to get into right now. But that was what made me want to just talk about it quickly, because the game looks amazing. I haven't even watched this trailer since it first came out. I had watched it like a couple times when it first came out, but I looked this up just to have it here for the video. But yeah, it looked amazing. So yeah, that news was kind of like, I was like, oh, but at the same time, my thought was like, man, I'm still not gonna buy a PS5 just for it, which mainly right now, definitely a money thing. Like if I had the money, I mean, I could probably finance it, and do the whole, but I'm not interested. So the difference between this like PlayStation exclusive and Nintendo, again, Nintendo has way more exclusives. It's more reliable, even though now it's full of shovelware like Steam and everything is multi-platform. I could still rely on Nintendo to have its own games, and many of them, like a large variety, if I were interested in them. I'm not. But if I was interested in them, at least I would have a bunch of games that I won't play anywhere else that are not multi-platform. Nintendo has that. PlayStation and Xbox, they have what, like 5 games each, maybe max every year, right? Like, not even that anymore, right? Well, I can't. I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, what are the exclusive games now? There really aren't any. There's like one or two at this point per year. And maybe you could tell me, like, maybe I'm missing some, right? Like, but everything's come to PC. Um, and I actually, now that I'm mostly on PC, I like that. But at the same time, there's a reason for that. Like PS4 and Xbox One I'll link to a video I talk about. I'm like, dude, this is dumb. Why do I even have both these consoles? Like, this is terrible. So anyways, I just thought it was funny. I just wanted to share that's like, I was thinking about that, because I was gonna say, like, I'm not gonna buy a PS5 just for this game, but I would be more interested in it and buying a PS5 if there were like a lot more exclusives to go along with that one game, even though I don't play my Switch regularly. And it's kind of like, I had actually got an Xbox One just for Quantum Break. Before that was going to be multi-platform. I don't remember if it was going to be for PC. I think when that game first came out, I was only going to be on Xbox. I think it's been a while. But then it came to PC. But I also was expecting more games to enjoy on my Xbox at the time. But that was the main game I bought an Xbox for. So it's just kind of funny to think about that. Like, no, I don't actually want to buy a console for one game, but I've done it. I did play a lot more on my Xbox. I played a lot more on my Xbox One than I did on my Switch. But I at the same time, and I remember I convinced a friend, or like a light acquaintance, but he was a cool dude. I had convinced him to buy Mario Odyssey just because I loved it so much, and then he didn't like it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad because he bought a Switch to just play that game as well. Because I did say, I was like, I don't regret getting a Switch just for this one game, because I didn't. It was a very expensive game. But it was a true, I mean, it's still, if not the very best game I've ever played in my life, top three. But I know that that was my initial thought. Like as I was playing it, I was blown away, and after I beat it, I was like, "This is literally the best game. The only game I've ever thought in my entire life that I was like, this is it. This is the game. Was Mario Odyssey. That's the first time in my life I can remember thinking this is the best game I've ever played. Because I usually have multiple favorites. But anyways, I'm just rambling, and I could sit here for another hour, 2 hours, 10 hours talking about like similar things. But I just thought it was funny. So we'll see what happens with this. I would like to see Sony go back to exclusives and focus on it, just for the platform to matter. None of the platforms matter to me anymore. Mainly because I'm not interested in most of the Nintendo exclusives. I would like to play them. It's also the platform itself. There's also the graphics. Not like it's capable of doing great things, but they just don't seem to be doing great things with it, so that's weird to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against them focusing on but the problem for me is just like, how are you gonna have 1 or 2 exclusives a year? Because if that's it, then it's still not worth it. Like, it's just not. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.